It's lash day, and so I'm doing lashes, and I like to do them live because so many people ask me how to do them, and so I kind of feel like whenever you, like, if you go to the Lashify website, they have the ladies on there who go on and they show you how to do the lashes, but it's like, you're a pro, okay? So, like, I need a lash tutorial from someone who's, like, not a pro, because sometimes you do be poking your eyeballs, and it's fine. But I feel like that's more realistic, so that's what I'm doing. So, I'm gonna, hold on, let me find the light. This is a, this is a special kind of tutorial. Hey, Lala Jackson, Jackson Lala. You guys, also, it's my baby dog's, she turned 4 today. This my Duchess. That's my black Labradoodle. Her name is Duchess. Isn't she so cute? It's her birthday. Anyway, she turned 4 today. I'm such a dork, but she's such a sweet baby. So I'm really excited for that. And I don't know if you guys know this, but when I first, where's my stuff? Hold on. When I first met my husband, like growing up, we never had animals or dogs or anything. And so I never took a liking to animals or whatever. I just thought that like dogs peed all over your stuff and chewed your shoes. Like, you know what I know? And then when I met my husband, he had these 2 big dogs, and I'm like, oh no, like hard pass. You know, cause I value my shoes too much, and I didn't want his dogs to eat my shoes. And then my husband taught me, like, dogs are they're just like people. And so I just came to love them so much. And now I want every dog ever. And it's just so cool how loving they are and how sweet they are and how much I don't know. I just feel like it's really, really cool. So I'm really glad that my husband's kind of a dog whisperer. Like, he does not cry for anything ever. Like, he could see someone's like eyeballs getting ripped out and he'd be like, oh, that sucks. But a dog missing, or like a dog, something happening to it, or even seeing a dog and he's crying. So it's funny. Okay, so this is what I did. I prepped with this stuff. This is the Lashify pre-cleanse. I used to use the Oil X wipes, which I think this is what this is, and they didn't have it for a while, but now it's back. So anyways, I take this stuff and it basically just eliminates like any oils or anything left on your lashes. And I feel like my lashes always last like 13 days, like 10 to 13 days is usually my average, which is pretty good. But a lot of people say I can't get mine to last that long. Hey, Brittany. So try doing it this way and see what you think. But I have really good success with these lashes. They last a long time. So try doing it this way and see what you think. I think, and I wear cream makeup, and I wear it every single day, multiple times a day, because I'm always doing tutorials and stuff, like makeup tutorials. So it's like they stay on a really long time. So try doing it this way and just see if maybe I can give you some tips that might help. So I do the pre-cleanse, and this is one of the Saint microfiber wipes, and I just kind of like clean all the oil and excess everything off my lashes. Okay. So now they are clean and oil free, and now I can get down to business. How do you remove your press-ons without damaging your real nails? You can, so if you soak them in warm water, you just soak your nails in warm water and just maybe 10 minutes or so, or if you're going to remove them, do it right after you take like a hot shower. And once it's soft, like when it's softened, it comes off a little bit more, but then you can just you can usually just lift it up on the sides. Like the glue is nice, like it'll stay for a long time, but also it ain't concrete. You know what I mean? Like I think it works out fine. But if you want custom press-ons, my best friend Tiffany of like almost 30 years creates custom press-ons. These are some that she did for my 80s themed birthday party. She made me 2 sets. And so I just love the neon bright colors, especially for summer. So yay! Oh my gosh! So your lashes are working out good. I love the Lashify, and with my discount link, you get one of these control kits. Except the one you'll get will have a mirror it'll have like a lighted mirror, and it'll come with like a tool and a couple of these are called gossamers, the little things that the lashes come in, and they'll give you like glue and all that stuff. So it's a great. I just like that. I don't know, kind of like when you wake up in the morning and your lashes are already done, it just feels good. And I'm a side sleeper, so I sleep like this, and my lashes don't ever come off when I sleep. So, I mean, they have like maybe once, but they're really good. Okay, so let's start. This is what I do. I did the the pre-cleanse stuff. And then this is the double-ended glue stuff. So this stuff looks like mascara. This is called the Whisper Light Flexible Bond. And this is the stuff that looks like mascara. I describe it like a child. So if you want like a explain it to me like I'm 5 tutorial, I got you. So this stuff just kind of goes on like mascara. So from the root to the tip, but you don't have to put on like several coats. Like it's sticky right away. It kind of creates like a, the adhesive is kind of like the stickiness or like the tackiness of like bug legs. You know what I mean? How they like, they're sticky, but it's not concrete, but your lashes will stay on for a while. So the mascara looking stuff, I just put all the way from the root to the tip, all the way across. Oop, I got it on my face. And then you just kind of coat all of them. You probably don't want to do too much, but like it's fine. Just get it on every lash. It'll be fine. And then I got some on my cheek. It's fine too. Hey Rachel, good to see you, my sweet friend. I love you, girl. Okay, so that's the mascara looking end. The other end of that same stuff of the Whisper Light Bond is the stuff that I say it looks like Elmer's glue. So the Elmer's glue stuff is just another type of bond, and that goes along the lash line, along the water line. Excuse me. See what I mean? Like even if you get a little glue somewhere else, it's fine. Okay, so this is the Elmer's glue looking stuff. It's probably not Elmer's glue, but I have gotten this in my eye and it doesn't burn. Like I don't have sensitive eyes either, so maybe if you have sensitive eyes it might affect you, I don't know. But I've jammed it all the way in my eye and it's fine, so it doesn't burn or anything. So what I do is I take this right along the lash line, or the water line, just down here. So I'll show you. We're about to get disgusting. Look. So like this. And I just tap it along here. So this is where the spines of the lashes are going to sit. And it's white now, but it dries clear, just like Elmer's glue. So that's how you do that. It's like right along the water line. And then we'll do the other side. And I just do all the glue at first. Like I don't do like one eye and then go do the other eye. Like I just do it all at first. This doesn't dry super quickly, so you don't have to rush through these. Like you don't have to be like, oh my God, the glue, I better put them on. Like you just kind of take your time. Hold on, I didn't get enough. That's why I like this for beginners too. It's like lashes for dummies because you don't have to rush through it. Like it's real, you'll see. See what I mean? You just put it right at the lash line. See, it's on my water line. It does not burn like this stuff. How long is it tacky? No, you don't. Like, well, it'll take me, like, I kind of go slow when I do the tutorials just so you can kind of see that, like, it's not super hard. When I'm not doing a tutorial, I usually rush through it. I do it a lot faster. But you can see that it just... Alicia, great minds think alike. You must have ESPN. Same timesies. Okay, so when it comes to your lash map, so like the size and style of your lashes, that's when you really get to choose and, you know, what you want to play with. I was doing 16s for a long time as like the longest one, and then I was like, oh, let me try 18s. Every letter, so they have like A is amplify, and they have like the length. So A8, 10, 12, whatever. And that's the millimeters, like how long they are. So, and then B is bold, C is curl, D is drama, E is extreme, E is extra extreme, and then the length. So I have extra extreme 18. So my lash map that I really like after playing with all of them and kind of figuring out my style and what I like the EE 18, and then I go to EE 17, EE 16. So I have the longest lashes on the outer corner and bring them in to shorter. So it goes tall to short like this. Some people like the longest ones in the middle and then do shorter ones on the corners. It's totally preference. And this is where whenever you first get your lashes, you can kind of play with them and you'll start to see like what you like and what you don't. So this is how I start, EE 18. So this is called a gossamer. Like these are, and they have little, I don't know if you can see, they have the little individual spaces. So you just pull one out like so. And then these are really good quality too. So when I take these off, I clean them and reuse them multiple times. So then you take your little masher grabber thing and I grab it like this and I start on the outer corner. You will start to see where you like to start the most. I like to start on the outer corner. When I apply my lashes on the outer corner, I don't go all the way to the very last lash because then for my eye shape, and maybe this isn't for everyone, but I feel like it droops a little bit and I don't want that. So I usually come in a little bit from, like I leave out those last lashes and I come in just a little bit. See how I'm leaving out like 10 or so lashes? And then I just literally touch it to my lashes and it stays. So it's holding on like bug legs. So it's kind of like not mashed, but like just kind of they're touching and it sticks. And then later I'll go in and I'll squeeze, like you mash them all the way across to fuse them. So this here and I'm like, oh, I don't like the placement of that, or it's crooked, or I don't like how that looks. You can take this off and just put it back on. So this isn't something where like it has to be perfect the first time, like super glue. Like it's not like that. So now I'm going to take my next one because I do 18-18 and I just grab it like this with these little mashers. See the spine? That's the spine. That's the part that sits on that white Elmer's glue looking stuff. And then I just put it side by side. Boop. See how I can still see the root of my lashes? You want to see the root. You don't want to go straight to the waterline. Like you don't want your lashes hold on, it's stuck to my eyelid. See? There we go. Okay, you don't want that spine to sit on the waterline part of your eye because you'll feel it and it'll be really uncomfortable. So if you pull that out from the waterline and just so that you can see the root and then let it sit and then it'll be fine. So those are the two that I start with, the 18-18. So then I'm going to do 17, which is the next size. I gotta find it. So this is EE17. So it's just a little bit shorter than the 18s. So I'm going down. Yeah, I love Lashify. Do you use Lashify? Do any of you guys use Lashify? When I try a new product, like when a company gives me the opportunity to say like, hey, here's a discount code for your followers, right? Because if you have a lot of followers, like companies want you to promote their product, right? And so when Lashify was like, hey, like the owner of Lashify, like the girl, like the owner of Lashify was like, hey, do you really shut up? Oh my God. Yeah, I love Lashify. When she's like, you can use this promotion and get this like, affiliate, whatever. I was like, okay, let me figure out like, is this BS or not? And so what I did was I tried all the lashes. I tried the Kiss brand, the Falscara ones for like the drugstore. I tried, I can't think of the names of the other ones, but they're the other, I can't think of the names of them, but I tried literally all of them. And what I like about these is the quality is more, so the quality is higher in my opinion. The other ones weren't as sturdy, so if you went to clean them and reuse them, they would fall apart much more quickly. The dupes. Yeah, they would fall apart much more quickly. These do not fall apart. Like you can clean these easily and the spines stay intact and these lashes don't really fall out. And so they were never falling apart and they last me a long time. And so I love them. And I feel like they really give you a sense of confidence. Like when you wake up in the morning, your lashes are already done. What do you do for Lashify? That's so cool. I want to work for Lashify. I try so hard to use lashes, but I totally suck. I'm definitely lash impaired. This is for the lash impaired girl, because I'm telling you, like, it does not have to be perfect, but you'll start to see. So see how it's like right at the waterline, but not on the waterline, and then it's just touching that lash where I have that bond. See how it just like holds on to it? It's not holding on to it. It's just holding on to it. Just sticky like bug legs, just to get the spines. for the flagship store in West Hollywood. Oh my God, are you serious? So I've been to LA a couple of times now for the podcast, and we're always talking about the Lashify. I didn't know there was a flagship store in West Hollywood. Hannah, the co-host on my Dating Detectives podcast, she lives in West Hollywood. Well, her and Molly both live in West Hollywood. And so next time I go there, I am totally coming to visit you. So I had no idea there was a store, or I would have gone there because I love my Lashify. It is like bug legs, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm gonna, hold on, let me screenshot your name so I remember. I should send Hannah in there, but hopefully I'll go to LA soon for the podcast again, because the every time we go there, we go to Spotify Studios and we record our podcast, and so I need to go and visit you next time. Okay, so I did 18, 18, 17. This is 16. And by the way, if I'm doing a horrible job of explaining these lashes, don't tell the corporate folks at Lashify. Just tell them I do a great job, okay? And if I do it horrible, like, maybe message me, be like, maybe don't say this. If I do it totally wrong. But I like the way that I do it. My lashes last and I feel pretty in them. So I guess that's all that matters. Okay, so this last one, I'm going to put right here on the inner corner. Okay, see how this one is really close to the inner corner? This is what I don't like. So I'm going to take this. It's a little close. So these aren't fused to your lashes. So it's not going to do any damage if you just take it off. And because the glue doesn't dry like instantly, you're fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lash and I'm going to cut it up the middle to make it half the size so that I can put it right there and not take up so much space. So and then I'll save the other one for the other half. So I'm just going to take this and my little nail scissors, and I'm just going to go right up the middle and cut it in half. So now I've just made it, now it's just a little bit baby. So now I'm going to take the little half size of it. See how now it's just a half size? And now I'm going to apply that instead. There we go. There. See, much better. So it doesn't come all the way into the inner corner. My average is 10 to 13 days. 10 to 13 days, and then they'll stay on even longer than that most times. But by that time I have like eyeshadow and shimmer and glitter and all this stuff. And then like I clean them with my micellar water with the Q-tip every night. But then they just get caked on, and then you want to do like a nice cleanse or whatever. Oh yay, all my Saint packages came from the sale. And so I like to take them off, but then when I clean them, I just hold them like this in the little thing. Hold on, I'll show you. This is what I do. I take them like this, and I use a Q-tip with the remover stuff, and I just swipe off all the excess glue and adhesive, and then I hold them from this end and wipe it off that way. So you can wipe off the whole thing. Oh, where'd it go? It just flew. Here it is. And then you can soak them in alcohol, which I don't know if that's super great for them. I don't leave them in there for a long time, but it like gets all the yuckies off. And then you can just reuse them. And I reuse them several times. The other ones, because I'm someone who hates gimmicks. And so when someone is like, oh, this will last a long time, like I will verify it because I'm a private investigator, because I'm a psycho. So that's what I do. So I'm like, okay, we're going to put this to the test. And so these were the ones that lasted. I will say, if you were in a pinch or you're on you're balling on a budget, go to Walmart and get the Lashify Falscara. They don't have as many styles. The Falscara ones to stay for like 3 or 4 days. You had to be really gentle with them. But in a pinch, the Falscara was really good, I thought. Okay, so same thing on this side. I'm not going all the way to the outer corner. I'm just plopping that there where it's sticky like bug legs. See how it just like hangs on? It's just like hanging there. And then that's the 18. Mama Smith, can you correct your spelling of it so that my thing picks it up? I'm making some pickled okra. Oh, Amanda's got a garden, and she grows all the food, and she pickles everything, and then she says she cans it, but then they're in jars, and I'm like, so you're jarring them, you're not canning them, and I don't understand, but she's amazing. Thank you for popping in, Amanda. She's one of my good friends. Yeah, so what I did was I'm not someone who likes the automation and all the AI stuff, but I noticed that like it was taking me too long to get to some of my messages on social media. So I set up the thing and I was like, listen, if you see this word Lashify, and it sends you to my discount link, and I have one for like my color match for makeup. So if you type the word match on any of my posts, it sends you my color match form. And then what's the one? Oh, my self tanner. You just type the word pasty. Because it's Pasty Girl Self Tanner. And so I set that up, and so it really, really works. So if you don't get it, will you let me know? Like, let me know. Check your DM and make sure you get it. Please, will you test it for me? Okay, so I did 18, 18, 17. I know I make it look easy, but also I do this every week. Like, every week, every other week. But after a couple times, it really gets really easy. And you literally just put it against the lash. That's it. That's all you have to do. Is putting the glue on the outside of the lashes better than the inside of the lashes? What do you mean? Outside? Like when I put the glue, I put it underneath. I just like along the lash line. What do you mean outside versus inside? There are some people who have said that they put the glue on the actual gossamer. Like on the spine of the thing. This is crooked. You gotta go. We're done. This is stupid. See what I mean? I like that you can, if it's not placed right, you can take it off and put it back on. Oh, it works. Okay, good. Let's try this one more time. There we go. There we go. There she blows. Is this wonky? I don't like it. Hold on. Do you see what I mean about the Lashify professional tutorials and like a real life tutorial? I like the real life tutorials. But I kind of like to show that like I do this every single day and it's not perfect every time. You know what I mean? Like, there we go. Oh, that's it. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, we did it. We done it. Okay, so that's 18, 18, 17, and then 16. And then these, once it's done, once all the lashes are out of it, you throw it away. Or I just learned there was a recycling program, so keep that because I didn't know. So we're going to recycle those. Okay, 16. So go to my 16s and you just pull it out. Like tapping some of the white bond onto the gossamer base gives it a little bit of an extra hold. Why did she not like that? Does she not like it when you do that? Is that not how you're supposed to do it? Okay, this is my last one. This one I just put on there. Let it sit. Boom, baby. After it sets, what's the best way to take them off? Okay, so when I take them off, by the time they're ready to come off, like they'll just kind of, I find that, first of all, hold on, let me find my words, because my brain's always firing on all cylinders and I think too fast. If you take these off, when I take these off, I never lose any lashes. Like maybe one or two, but I don't see them. But if you pull from the base right here and lift it away, then it comes off easier. But if you use this stuff, this is the melt away. This is, you kind of take this and it has a little thing like this and you just put it on a Q-tip and then you can rub it on the lashes and it'll melt away the adhesive and then you can gently pull them off and then you cleanse your lashes and then use another set and then by the time you're done with that set then you can use the set that you cleaned and switch them out. More about the recycling program. I don't know anything about the recycling program. I just learned that they recycle those, so I'm gonna look into it. I always put glue on the lash spine, then lashes on the eyelid. Okay, yeah, I know some people do that. Put the glue on the spine. I always just all over I think I did it that way and I didn't like it for some reason. But these will stay almost 2 weeks. Like these will stay a really long time. So I like and a lot of people say like, oh, Lashify is so expensive. No, it's not. First of all, you get more of these on an actual set than the other brands. They last longer. You can reuse them more. So honestly, like you might pay more for one of these things, but there's more on there and they last longer. So technically, no, like I would spend way more money on the other ones. Believe me, I tried every single one of them. Due diligence. How do you wash your eyes at night to best preserve the... Oh, that's a good question. So I actually did a video on this. So what I do is I wash my face like normal, right? So all over. I'm not someone who splashes water, but I never really have. I use the makeup erasers. You know the little cloths, and they're like the microfiber. Saint has some too. You can use something like this, just a microfiber cloth. You wash your face, really good, soap and water, all the things. And then I take micellar water. I use there's Drunk Elephant has one, but I just like the Garnier micellar water. They have a sensitive skin one too if you need it, but I just use this on a Q-tip. See, it has that little hole right there. Use that on a Q-tip, and I just go along my lashes and I sweep the top of my lashes. I sweep underneath, and the micellar water doesn't affect the adhesive. So I think by keeping them clean, no, I didn't forget to fuse. I'm not there yet. I like to give it a second. To keep them clean, I think they last longer, like when you take better care of them. So, but yeah, so now that they're on there, see how they're kind of sitting on the lashes. Now we fuse. I call this a masher. I don't know what this is called, a wand, I think. I call this a masher, and they have some that are smaller, like for more petite eyes. And the shape of it, I think, is supposed to be so like you can set it over your nose and mash this way, but I'll poke my eyeballs out. So I just take it like this backwards, and I take both sides of the spine and I just mash it together. And this is what they call fusing. And so they fuse the lashes to your lashes, and then over the next like half hour or so it'll dry or like get less tacky. So I just go all the way along and just kind of mash it. And they look a lot better once they're mashed and everything is even. And look at my hand shaking. I had to take my Adderall today because I have ADHD really bad, and my concentration has been it's not been great. And then I just go along, find the spines, and mash it. See? Is this gross when I do that? Do you guys think that's gross? Are you grossed out? Sorry, y'all. I'm like dark and twisty. Like anything that's like blood, body parts, like bones and guts and brains, I love. So like boogers, like when my baby was little and everybody would be like, ew, gross. I'm like, what? It's just poop. Like you poop too. Clockwork Orange. Oh my God. I forgot about Clockwork Orange. Okay. So mashy. So now look. See how they're all just kind of sitting there all pretty? And then they just stay on there. And look, this is why I love little, I love the lashes, because it just kind of enhances your eyes. And then when you wake up in the morning, you don't have any makeup on, but somehow you just look, a little more alive. I love the idea of not having to put on mascara. And the reason I started using the DIY lashes was because I went about 2 years ago to get my lashes done because I didn't want to I couldn't find a mascara that was bold enough, and I like my makeup to be bold, right? Like some people are like, I want my makeup to look really natural. No, I want my makeup to look like it's wearing makeup. I like the look of makeup. I think it's really pretty. And so but I noticed that the mascara wasn't matching the intensity of my makeup. And so, I was like, well, let me go get my lashes done, but they were never bold enough. And so, I was like, gosh, like I just can't get them. I wanted to put mascara even on extensions. And then I was like going every week, and then the one would fall out and then they look really thin, and I hated it and it was expensive. So I was like, all right, I want to keep doing this. I don't know what else to do. Well, then I had an allergic reaction to the actual adhesive that they use on your lash extensions. And so I was like, yeah, we're done. Like my eyes swelled up for a week. It was awful. That's the same reason I started using press-on nails too, because I had an allergic reaction to the acetone after 20 years. It was wild. Anyways, so then I started exploring the DIY lashes, and I tried every single brand because like people wanted me to be an affiliate and they wanted me to try them. I have tried almost all of them, and EE were my favorite and most bold. The EE are the ones that the EE, the extra extreme. These are the ones that are these are the only ones where I feel like I don't need to add mascara. All the other ones were not full enough. Like you can stack them too, by the way. So like if you use another style or another length or whatever, and you want to stack them, you can kind of brick lay them a little bit, and that'll help kind of intensify your look a little bit. But then it's a little bit heavier, and I didn't care for it. So I really like these. So these are the EE Extra Extreme. So comment Lashify and it'll send you my discount link. No, this glue doesn't affect my eyes at all. When I got lash extensions, I had a reaction to the glue, but these don't. This does fine by me. I like it. And this is easy to travel with too. And there's lots of other things. So like when I travel, if I'm going somewhere that's like I need more space in my suitcase, I probably won't bring this, but they have little little things like this. This is a compartmentalized thing, and so I have the different size lashes in there. So I have my 16s, my 18s, my 17s, whatever. And so this is a really great way to travel. And then you can just grab like your wand and some glue and put it in like a cosmetic bag or something. But if you are scared of the lashes, try these because it looks intimidating, and especially like I've been doing makeup for about 15 years, and whenever when you get close to someone's eyes and their eyes just start watering. So if you're one of those people, you might have to practice with it a little bit, but I still think that it's a really great alternative to like mascara every day. Mine last almost 2 weeks. Like they last anywhere from 10 to 13 days is my average. That's anytime I'm doing my lashes, it's right in between there. Unless I take them off sooner. Like I did this time was a little bit sooner because I did a glitter eyeshadow tutorial, and glitter is just, the herpes of the craft world, as my husband calls it. And so you can't get rid of the glitter. So I took them off, and then you could see like all the glitter underneath, and I was like, ooh. But when I just use like regular shimmer eyeshadow and just regular makeup, it doesn't affect it or anything. So, okay, there's that. See? Aren't they really pretty? And I'm not going to say they look natural, but they don't look ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't look crazy. And that's what I like about them. But I am someone also who likes, I like the look of makeup. I like the look of, cosmetics, and I like the look of bronzer and, whatever. So that's me. So, okay, I did my lashes. Now I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. We're going to do some makeup together. So the makeup brand that I'm also affiliated with is called Saint. And Saint is really cool because Saint's a cream makeup where you can basically like enhance your natural beauty without like piling on like the liquid crazy foundation and making it all cakey and weird, right? So that's what I love about the makeup that I use. So let me show you real quick. I've been doing makeup a very long time, and this is the first makeup I've ever used that actually someone else can wear it, like someone who doesn't know anything about makeup and feel good about it. So like when you do someone's makeup, they are looking in the mirror, they're taking selfies, they're calling their mama and their husband on FaceTime, and they just can't stop looking at themselves, they can't stop smiling, right? And I think that that's really great, like when you feel that way. And then they would take their makeup off and they would be like, oh man, my makeup looked so good. Thank you so much. I wish you can come do my makeup every day. It just looks so good. And that's a good feeling to know you made someone feel that way, but it sucks that they can't duplicate it, right? So to be able to duplicate that look every day, I feel is empowering, because although I'm not someone who, I feel like every woman is beautiful. And I feel like as someone who for 38 years didn't know beauty, like I didn't feel beautiful in myself. Like I was the fat, ugly girl, and that's just I carried the weight of that for 38 years. And then once I kind of discovered that like makeup didn't have to be a mask, and I started using this makeup, and then I was like, oh my gosh. And then women started buying it from me, and I didn't know I was selling it. And so they started buying this makeup, and they were like, oh my gosh, I feel so pretty. And I was like, really? And then they could redo it every single day. So that feeling that I got of like, you know, the people that were like, oh, I really love my makeup. It, you know, it makes me feel really pretty, and, you know, or I wish you could come do my makeup every day. Now these women could do it every day. And I thought that was really cool and really empowering. And I really, really love this makeup a lot. Is there a golden hour? Can I have a golden hour? Oh yeah. Thank you. See, my order came today. Just got a new main shade. I just ran out. So this is my main shade. So if you want to, let me change this. Let me unpin that. Hold on. If you want to get this makeup, you have to try it. It's really good. Hold on. I'm just going to put comment, match, or text me. But I can't spell, so. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to pin this one. Yeah. Ah! Stop it. There we go. I don't know how to work social media. It's fine. Okay, so this makeup is basically customized to you, every bit of it. Every single palette, no matter what size, is magnetic. So it's got like a magnet down here, and then every color is customized to you. So you send me like a picture of, I almost said you send me a picture of your selfie. You send me a picture of your selfie. Oh, I used this is what I put on before my makeup every day. It's the Elastin SPF 36, and I use it as a primer. See how it gives a really pretty glow? It's really nice. It's beautiful under your makeup. This makes a really great primer, and then your SPF is in it, so it's double duty. And it's mineral too, which I really love mineral sunscreens because I have like blonde extensions, and then if you don't, then your hair turns orange. It's a whole big thing. Okay, so every single palette is has a, oh, thank you so much, you're so sweet, has a magnet at the bottom, so you can organize your palette however you want. I'll show you how I use mine, and then you can, if you get a color match, you can just organize yours however you want. So when I get your selfie to color match you, what I look at is not just the color of your skin, but I look at your face shape, your age, texture, lines, discoloration, your hair, your eyebrows, your eyelashes, the shape. I look at everything. And so from there, what I decide is the closest shade to your skin tone, which I want to show you. First of all, these colors look really dark. Cream makeup versus liquid, the opacity is different, so I want you to see how dark that is, and I want to show you that it blends much more lightly. Anyways, I match you to a main highlight, so we're highlighting our face with different colors, right? So all of this together is our 3D foundation, okay? So anyways, I match you to your main highlight, a brightening highlight, main highlight, a brightening highlight or concealer, and then like a contour, bronzer, illuminator, all the things. So I'm going to show you how I do mine, and maybe you'll learn a tip or two about your own makeup, or you'll want to try this makeup. Just let me know how I can help. I'm always here for it. Okay, so the first thing that I've been doing is, yay, Amy, mine just came. Mine just came right now. Good afternoon. Okay, so what I've been doing is I've been taking this illuminator shade called Glow Illuminator. See how dark it looks? That's this one. And this is like I've done it for males. What, makeup? Yeah, I actually have a lot of male customers. Okay, so this Glow Illuminator, see how dark it is? I want to show you how it's actually not that dark. How often do you refill your main color? About 6 months or so. It should last you about 6 months or longer if you don't wear makeup every day, or like maybe 4 to 6 months if you wear makeup every day and you like it full coverage or whatever. So Xanadu was a new shade that was released, which was these two combined, but Xanadu ran out, like they sold out of it. It will come back in the fall as a permanent staple because everybody loved it. But for right now, I'm just using the two colors that make up Xanadu. So this is Bella Bronzer and Glow Illuminator. But for right now, I'm just doing Glow Illuminator all over my face. So what I want to show you is how dark these colors look, but they are not. So I'm adding a shimmer, I'm underpainting my face with this glow. The reason I do this is because, number one, as I just turned 40, right? So, and as we get older, we start to lose hydration in our skin. So it starts to look dull and a little bit more dry. And so this kind of brings the youthful glow back to your face so that when you put your makeup on over it, it just like glows from within. It's really pretty. But the makeup itself, like even if you don't use the illuminator under it, it really, because of the nature of the ingredients, it really does give you a really healthy glow. And looks really youthful. So I just applied this all over. Now this is light. This is not a heavy makeup. It's so light. So I'm just dusting this all over my face, right? So I have my SPF. Now I've just added an illuminator to kind of catch that glow. See how it looks really glowy? And what's cool about this makeup is it looks glowy, but it should never look wet. You know what I'm talking about? Like that greasy, like oil slick. Like when I first heard cream makeup, I was like, gross. But no, this makeup should never look wet. It'll just give you glow. Okay, so I did a light layer of that illuminator underneath. Highly recommended. You can use rose gold too. There's other colors on the site you can use. Okay, so that's glow illuminator all over. Now I'm going to go in with how I do my makeup, and maybe it'll help you. Hey, thanks, girl. You're sweet. Okay, so my main shade, I'm going to tap into it, and I'm going to apply this on my beard area. So if I was a dude and I had a beard, I would apply this here. I think I did too much. It's fine. So I just tap this on, and this is buildable. So you can do it really light, or you can build it up to a fuller coverage. But this makeup is very highly pigmented, so you do not need a whole crap ton of makeup even to get full coverage. So see how it's already starting to even my skin tone? I tapped that into my color one time, and I've used that all over the bottom half of my face. So my beard, mustache, goatee area, my jaw. So this is where I start, right? And I come up to here. This is my beard area. Okay. See the coverage? And it looks really pretty. It melts into your skin. This is not liquid foundation where you have to drag it and paint it. I'm just pressing in, okay? So this color is this, I just jammed my finger into it, is this dark, but look how it blends. Really, really pretty, okay? So this isn't something where like it's not like liquid foundation where it's that same darkness on your face. So this blends out much more sheer. Okay, so now what I like to do is I'm going to take my, let's see, what should I do next? I'll just keep with my main shade, and then I'll do my contour just so I don't confuse you. Okay, so I did my main shade here, jaw, beard, mustache, goatee area, right? Now I'm going to apply my makeup right here on my forehead. Now, because this is 3D foundation, meaning we're doing one layer of makeup and adding the brightness and the contour and like to get the highlight and contour, we're only doing our main shade where we need it. So I'm not going to apply that where I'm going to apply my contour or my brightening highlight. So my brightening highlight is going to go right here in this kind of pie shaped area under my eye. It's going to go down my nose, and the brightening highlight is also going to go here. So, and then my contour goes up here and here in this area. So I'm just putting my main shade kind of all willy-nilly everywhere else, right? So you're really only doing one layer of makeup. You don't need several layers. So my main foundation shade, I just kind of avoided this area. This will all blend together. So it's not going to look crazy as a freaking bed bug. Do they do samples before you do the... No, there's no samples, but they do have a 30-day return policy. So if you buy makeup from me, well, first of all, if you buy makeup from me, then we're already talking. So you have my number. When you buy makeup from me, it is like, I will color match you. I color match over 100 women a day. So I do pretty good, but if the shades aren't exact or whatever, you need to swap it out, you can. And they will honor a 30-day return policy. So if you hate it, you can return it. But once you get your makeup, then that's when you and I get to talk, and you get to tell me exactly how you feel, what your thoughts are, and then I can help you learn it and figure out what works for you and what you might like as far as style and everything. But you don't have to get like a big palette also. Like if you want to start with just a small palette with just a couple of shades just to get an idea for the dimension, I recommend starting with what I call like a baby palette. It's basically just 4 shades: foundation, concealer, contour, and blush. And this is a great way to get the idea of the makeup before adding in, you know, eyeshadows and all the colors and But the eyeshadows are pretty. I have some customers who just buy the eyeshadow. The eyeshadows are a very beautiful powder. They're gorgeous. Okay, so this is my main shade, right? So I just tap this all over. This is the 3D brush. You got it. I will make sure you get my color match form. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I'll just do my brightening highlight next. So I'm going to use this small end of my brush, and I'm going to pop into my, this brightening highlight. So when I color match you, you'll have a main highlight and a brightening highlight. So basically foundation and concealer. When I come in here, I'm going to put this in this center area. This is where I want my face to look the brightest, and I want it to pop, and I really want to enhance this area, right? So anything that's super bright is going to come forward, and anything that's dark is going to be pushed back. So it's kind of all highlighting and contouring is a pushing and pulling of lights and darks. That's it. And then once you know where the colors go, then literally it'll take you 4 minutes to do this every single day. It's wild. Do you clean your brush after each time you get done with your makeup? I could. I don't. I probably should. But no, I don't. I just do it every couple of days, and you just spray the brush cleaner on it. And this is antibacterial and instant dry. I'll show you after I do this how easy it just comes clean really fast. And the antibacterial aspect really makes it nice. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my brightening highlight and I'm coming in this area down here. So I don't go under my eye in that bag area. I just turned 40, and I know that as we get older, this area right here is already the least hydrated part. Like, this is the most dry part of our skin, and it's the thinnest. And so I don't want to put a bunch of brightening highlight there, and the more makeup you put there, then it looks textured. So I take this brightening highlight under the bag and tap it in right here. Then I take some right here between, so basically straight down the face for the brightening highlight, and then boop, boop. So my main shade kind of went across the center of my forehead, and then this brightening highlight just kind of comes here. See how it just melts in? Like, this isn't something where it's like wet paint, and then if you touch the other colors, then it's going to get the other color, that color, and mix all crazy. It's not like that. So I just kind of press this in. I'll use a bigger, like, all the brushes are double-ended, so you can use them however you want. But this is a really great way to kind of show you that, like, you can get dimensional makeup without super crazy layers. So now I've taken that super bright color and put it in the center of my face. See how it's like alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic right here? And this will all melt together. And after, if you are someone who, first of all, if you have darkness under here, instead of using a concealer shade, this one, instead of using a concealer shade that usually makes darkness chalky and just kind of, it never really cancels it out, there are color correctors. There's demi color correctors that Saint has that I can match you to, and I can help you find the color corrector that will cancel it by using like much less product, and you'll like that much better than using concealer there. So this is a great way to get a really beautiful pop in the center of your face, right? And then the last thing that I'm going to do is contour. So when you do contour, it's basically just the brightness of the brightening highlight, like your concealer shade, versus the dark of the contour. And so that contrast kind of creates a lot of sculpting and dimension, and it's gorgeous. So I'm going to take my same brush that I used for all this blending and all this stuff, and I'm going to tap into my contour. So I'm just gonna, it's just like the top of your, it's not super wet. See what I mean? Like, it's not super wet. And so I'm coming into the top of my contour. My contour, where I like to put my contour is, the trick that I use is this. So when you say the word contour, see that shadow that's created, contour, and you just follow that up, right? However, if you want your cheeks to look a little bit more lifted, then take that contour line and go right above it, and it'll give you a little bit of a lift. So let's go a little bit above that, and you just kind of stamp that on. See how it looks really, really dark, but it's not super crazy. And so when you tap that onto your skin and then blend up to Jesus, this just presses into your skin and just like melts. See how it's creating a little bit of shape without being super literal. So same thing here. We're going a little bit above that line, just stamping it on, and then lightly blending up. I'm not mashing my brush into my skin like a psycho and like swirling all crazy. We're just pressing it in and just tapping. So it should be really, really light. If you like, hey Terry, if you like a more intense contour, add more or use a darker shade. Like, this is totally preference. This makeup is customized to you. Same thing up here. I'm just adding, see that line right there? That contour. And then you just kind of tap on the edge where it meets the other colors. See how they blend really nice? This is a really great way to get shape, dimension, and a little bit of sculpt on your face. And it's not hard. Once you do this once or twice, it is just muscle memory, and your makeup will take you 3 to 4 minutes. And then you can add mascara or eyeliner, eyeshadow, whatever, and it will be so easy for you. It will change your life. Okay, so that's my contour. Like, it's not scary, it's not hard. So see how it's really bright here, and then it's a little darker up here, just to kind of press that. Terry, I'm gonna post this on my Instagram, and at the beginning I did my lashes, the Lashify. So watch it, you can get my discount. Just comment the word lashes to get my discount link for the Lashify. But I did a whole thing on them so you could see how I do them. Yeah, so whenever you apply your makeup, you should only be pressing. Like, it should be so light. There should never be psycho dragging and like mashing. There's no, stop, never. Okay, so those are 3 colors. I will match you this when I look at your selfie for your color match. That's what I look at first. Your main shade, your brightening highlight, your contour. I have a kind of a darker foundation with a lighter concealer shade. I typically won't match someone to something so far apart. Usually the colors look a little bit closer, but when I color match you, by that time we're texting, we're having conversations. If you say, hey, thank you for the color match. I really like how bright your concealer is in the center of your face. How can I get that brightness? Then it's serious, Terry. If you like how bright I use it, then you can just say, hey, what color should I get that I can get brightness like yours? And this is linen, so this is way lighter than I would normally match you to. And then I can say, oh, you must really like that look. Try this color. And so it's not like, it's not written in stone. Like, you can do it however you want, you know? Same thing with my contour on my nose. I'm going to take it, I squozed it a little bit and come into my contour, and then see how I'm facing a window, and you see how this bright white line is that natural bright white line. I just want to hug that with my contour, so I'm gonna lightly tap, just lightly. I am bare, like I always say, try to use 2 bristles only, and then you'll start to see that, like, oh, that's how lightly I have to touch. So I'm just lightly tapping that. See how I just snatched my nose by lightly tapping my brush to my skin, and you see that bright white line right there? That's exactly what I want. And then to blend it, instead of brushing and sweeping and being all crazy, you just kind of tap it real lightly. It melts into your skin. It's gorgeous. Isn't that so pretty? And look at that brightness in the center of the face. You can achieve that so easily, and it is just so freaking pretty. And then with the illuminator underneath, I just think it adds such a nice, beautiful brightness. I think I bought the wrong brushes. What brushes do you use the most? Terry, text me. We can talk about this if you'd like. I can help you. So the 3D brush is probably one of my favorites. This is a horrible question. Why are you here? No, I'm just kidding. This is awful. I like the blush and bronzer brush, but these really depend on like the size of your face and the area. So think whatever area you want to apply makeup to, the smaller brush. The bigger the area, the bigger the brush. So if you want to dust all over your face, you can probably use a bigger brush. If you're no, Terry, I'm totally kidding. If you want like to get in this small area, you just kind of tap in this way. So it kind of depends on, you know, what your preferences are. If you want full coverage, you want your full coverage girly, you won't need super full coverage with this makeup. You'll really love it without going super crazy. But full coverage, you want a dense brush. The dense brush means that the bristles are tightly packed and they don't want to separate from each other. They're like, no, we are full coverage. We are going like this, and you're pressing it into your skin only. If you want medium to light coverage, like if you want super light coverage, you're going to want to use a brush like this, like the blend brush, because you're going to dust it on like feathering, and you're going to get a feathery light coverage. Today I'm using the 3D brush, which is kind of in between. It's dense, so I could get full coverage if I wanted to, but it's also a little bit flexible so that when I blend my makeup, see how my bristles bend just a little bit? So that's kind of an in between. So this is like a medium to full coverage. So I can still kind of pull it along my skin a little bit, but there should never be any like pressing and pulling. It should just be very light flicks and pressing into the skin. That's how you're going to get the most flawless finish. So I can totally help you with like, when we talk, Terry, we can talk about like what kind of coverage you need, and then I'll help you figure out what brush works best. Best color corrector. Okay, so that's a good question. I'm glad that you asked that, Marina. So when you use a color corrector, so these demi colors that Saint has it basically uses the color wheel, right? So when you have darkness under your eyes, typically most of the time discoloration on our face is blue. Sunspots, freckles, dark under eyes, things like that, pimples, a lot of that has blue in it. So most of the time you're going to need an orange. But if it has more purple, then you're going to need yellows. If it has more green, like sunspots usually have blue and green, so you want something that's like red, orange. So things like that are really kind of important to consider. So if you have discoloration, I prefer for you to send me a selfie and say it's this area right here. I have a pretty good eye for it, but basically the demi colors, it's not like a concealer where you slather it. The demi colors are meant to use pinpoint amounts to apply it, and it cancels out the color immediately. So like instead of slathering over it with a concealer, like you know how when we were in 8th grade and they taught us like, oh, if you have a red pimple, you should use green, but it never canceled it. It always looked chalky. Holler if you hear me, right? Because those pimples were never actually really red most of the time. They were violet, so we needed yellow. But instead, we just used green because we're like, well, this is supposed to cancel and it's red. So that's where I can kind of help you learn a little bit about that. You don't have to know the science behind it, but you can build a palette with your correct color correctors in it. So like this is a palette that I use, and these are the color correctors I use for the discoloration under my eyes, like right here in the corner where it's blue and purple, and then I have like melasma and sunspots. But most of the time my makeup does a good job covering it, and I don't need those. But those are a great option. So I can help you determine what color corrector you need to cancel it, and it won't be cakey and creasy and weird. So that's why I like the demi colors a lot. Okay, so basically I just did my makeup with these 3 colors: my main highlight, my brightening highlight, my contour. Now I am someone who likes bronzer. I think the warmth of it is so pretty. This is Bella. See how the contour is like cool gray? It's like a grayish, it even has a green base. Cool gray, ashy, it kind of mimics shadows, right? Like a really light kind of shadow. Think of like a back alley. It's dark and creepy. And then you have the bronzer, which has more orange in it. And it is, green doesn't work for redness because it's usually violet, and you need yellow. A lot of rosacea girls too, they need yellow. It's interesting. Which is why a lot of these have a yellow base, and so they're color correcting as well. So I can help you find what you need. Okay, so then the warmth of the bronzer kind of helps to create like a kiss from the sun. So I usually come right above where I put my contour, and that's where I want the bronzer to sit. So where the contour kind of goes in, that hollow of the cheek. The bronzer goes on top of it. So the sun doesn't shine here in this shadow. The sun shines on top. So if you think of bronzer, you think of bright. So think of bronzer, bright, sun lands on top of your face. Shannon, listen, Xanadu will come back in the fall, but in the meantime, they put the Bella bronzer and the Glow Illuminator together in a collection. So just get the collection of those two. It's fine. It'll work just the same. But Xanadu will come back. So the bronzer, I just put on the high points of my face to create the warmth, right? So one thing I want to show you about this cream makeup, which by the way, there's only 11 ingredients in this. It's very clean. It's good. It's good for your skin. It has beeswax, which is very, very good for your skin. So, okay, when you apply this cream makeup, do you see how dark it looks? And it's really scary, right? But this melts into your skin. So as you start to apply this, you start to kind of get the benefit of the pigment without it looking super crazy. Like all of this will kind of melt together. And this is another time when your brushes come in handy. So like this is a medium coverage brush. If you want to use something more fluffy, like the blush and bronzer brush, and dust this, and it kind of gives you a more sheer coverage, and you can kind of dust that in all over. So this is where you kind of decide if you want to add dimension and color and warmth and, you know, the coolness. And so the way that this kind of gives you a youthful glow is, number one, the luminosity of the makeup, but number two, when you add the cool versus the dark and the light versus the dark, like the cool versus the warm and the light versus the dark, and they kind of play off of one another, you really get this really beautiful dimension that's just gorgeous. Wanted a new one to free up a spot in my palette. Oh my god, that is so me. I was like, Xanadu is great because it's gonna free up an extra space. So many people are gonna love that extra acreage they just earned in their palette. Okay, so now I've added bronzer, which adds such a nice pretty warmth. If you are someone who likes, this makeup is buildable. I like it to look like I'm wearing makeup. I like the look of it. I enjoy it. I think it's so pretty, and I like the finish of it and everything. But if you want to use it lighter, you totally can. Like, this is totally preference. So now I want to add blush. So I've used my main foundation, my brightening highlight, and my contour. That was all in one layer. I added a little bit of bronzer on top. So the difference also between this makeup, whenever you are layering like a liquid foundation and a cream bronzer and a, you know, powder, whatever, and the liquid this or whatever, and they're stacking because they're drying. They have alcohols in them, right? So the alcohol dries and it evaporates and it just leaves the pigment, and then the next layer and the next layer. So that's where we get the cakiness, and it starts to get really heavy and weird. This makeup has 11 ingredients and it's all the same consistency. So even though I did that really pretty glow illuminator underneath, it was really light, and then I kind of, all these colors were added on top, it all melts together. And it looks like it's a lot of makeup, but it's really not. It's really pigmented and really, really pretty. So I'll match you to your main shades here. So when you get your color match, look at the colors, and then you can decide what you want to add to your cart. Like, you can buy as much or as little as you want. So probably stick with the main shade, but the other ones, like if you like a darker or lighter or cooler or warmer contour, switch it up. Same thing with your brightening highlight, the bronzer, the illuminator, all these things, those are totally preference. So I will also match you to a couple of lip and cheek shades. I know these shades like the back of my hand. So when I look at your selfie and I color match you, it's because I looked at your eye color, your eye shape, your age, your texture, all the things, and I know what's going to look good. However, you ultimately decide what you want to wear, right? Like, I'm not your mama, do what you want, right? So the colors that I match you to sometimes can look a little scary, and that's what I want to show you real quick. So one of these colors is Royal and another one is Black Cherry. These are probably the darkest ones that I get a lot of complaints about. So see how dark it is? I want to show you that these colors are not dark. This is what's kind of interesting about cream makeup is the opacity is much different. See how that super dark color? Now you can build it, like you can layer it and like add more depth or whatever, but this is a gloss. So see how sheer it is? Very, very pretty. So it's not super intense. I don't like a super intense lip, and this stays in my palette. It lives in my palette as a staple. This one is Sunshine State. So this is like a sheer shimmer, and I like to put this one on top. And I just think that is the most gorgeous, hey Gloriana, the most gorgeous combo. Isn't that so pretty? I just like how it's not pink, but it's not red, but it's not purple. It's almost like the enhanced color of my lips with a little bit of shimmer, and I just think it's gorgeous. Anyways, that's Royal and what's this one called? Sunshine State, Florida, because I live in Florida. Duh. And then when you do a blush color, like I did Tiger Lily yesterday to match my outfit, but I want to do a different one. I like to do Pinky Promise is pretty, but I really like this one, which is Pink Grapefruit. Let me switch this out. So this one's Tiger Lily, which is really pretty too, but this one is a nice one. These I was really scared of because I'm like pink, like actual pink cheeks, like no thanks. But Marissa, mine just got here, and I'm so excited. So when you see these pinks, try not to be afraid of the colors, okay? They are not as intense as they look. You can build them up, no doubt, but you can make them really light also. So this is pink grapefruit. See how pink it is? But watch. Crazy, right? But look. See how it kind of blends out really nicely? So this isn't something that's like really, really crazy. You just press it into your skin. Shows how to... Purple, girl, I use purple every day. I'm on it. Hold on, where's my thing? My little thing with the thing. The purple is my favorite. So everybody saw this color and they were like, what do they expect us to do with that? That's crazy. And I was like, let me show you. Hold on, I'm gonna show you right quick. Let me take this off. Hold on, stand by. Oh, I love the I thought y'all were tired of the purple, so I was like, I'm not going to do purple. I don't want anybody to be scared. Look, or be bored of the purple. This is called Lavender Skies. Missed the purple. You really got to dig into it because it's not super intense. This is the purple. Look. That's that crazy, scary purple. And look. That's that crazy, scary purple. You see what I mean? Y'all see what I mean when I say don't be scared of the colors? You don't look like a clown. You just look pretty. This is pretty. It's called Lavender Skies. It's nice, right? And these, you can even use this like on your eyes. I have green eyes, so this is going to look great. Look. Look how pretty that is. Do you see what I mean? They're friggin' gorgeous. I am telling you, when I color match you, I get ghosted. I tell this story all the time because I think it's funny. People ask for a color match, and then I color match them. And then if I don't, I'm like obsessed with customer service. Like I feel like I hate poor customer service. I think it's disgusting, and I think that it's bad. And I worked at Bank of America through college, and it was like, you know, take ownership and take care of your customers. And I was like, why is this a thing? Like, shouldn't people just know that? And they don't. Anyways, so I have a very strong customer service background, and I'm someone who likes to follow up. So when I color match someone and I don't hear from them, like if I get ghosted, I'm texting you and I'm being like, yo, like, you okay? You all right? Like, what happened? Do I stink? Like, what's happening? And most of the time, like 99% of the time, they say, oh, the colors, you just matched me too dark. I'm sorry. It's just too dark. I'm like, you ghosted me because your colors are too dark. And I was like, listen, when I color match, these colors look stupid dark. But when you put them on, like if you swatch it on your face like a liquid and don't blend it, you're going to be like, that's too dark. But whenever you blend it, you're like, oh, because it blends out more sheer than liquid. And also the colors online look stupid darker than they are. Oh my God. I've sent a message into corporate and I've asked them, but they don't, it's fine. They don't, nobody listens to me. It's fine. But anyways, so I always say like, try to trust me and get the colors I tell you to get. If your cream makeup swatched on your skin is like, oh, that's a perfect blend, like that's a perfect match, and you blend it, it's going to be way too light. You're going to see all the texture, the peach fuzz, all the pores, everything. It has to be darker when you swatch it so that when you blend it, it actually blends in nicely. So if you'll trust me, listen, I can't have y'all out here all willy-nilly running around looking crazy because it's bad for business. So trust and believe that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you are looking and feeling flawless. And that's mostly because also I know what it's like to not feel confident and to feel ugly for 38 years. And it's only the last 2 years that I've actually been discovering like that I do have self-beauty and that I am worth loving. And so I know what it feels like. And so if you are like in my bubble, in my world, like you are going to feel confident and you're going to feel beautiful. So I don't know. That's kind of my take on that. So anyways, the last thing I'm going to do is setting powder. So, or not the last thing because I still want to add illuminator on top. Setting powder is really nice because it kind of gives you a little bit of a blurred finish right where you put that brightness, like that brightening highlight. And it kind of like where the makeup gives you a really beautiful kind of youthful glow. Like it really does bring that vibrancy and that life back to your face, that hydration without looking super greasy. When you add the setting powder just right here in the T-zone, it creates another level of dimension. So you have that really pretty glow and then you have that matte look. And it's very blurred. It's very beautiful. And I'm very textured right here. But look how nice it looks. You can still see my skin through this makeup, like under this makeup, you can still see my skin. I still have normal human skin. Like, it does not look like it's, I mean, the colors are nice. Like, I love the dimension, right? Like, you can see I have bronzer on. You can tell I have makeup on, but it's not a mask anymore, right? Like, I like a little bit more of intense makeup. That's fine, but it's no longer a mask. I'm not wearing layers upon layers upon layers. And that's what I love about this makeup. That's why, so Saint was a multi-level marketing company for several years, right? And now, I'm only taking this off because it doesn't match, not because I don't like it. I need something else to match my shirt. So Saint was an MLM, and now they've changed to just the affiliate model. And I'm so grateful for it, because now I feel like there's a lot more opportunity to, number one, just connect with my customers, more than before, which is awesome. But I just support the company so much because of what the product does. I think it's amazing, and Kara Brooke did an incredible job with this product. And I just think it's changing lives. Like, women are feeling pretty. I feel pretty, and that says a lot coming from someone who for 38 years was not in a place to ever say that. So I feel like I just love what it does for women. So I don't know. I love it. Also, by the way, when I the shade of contour I match you to is usually going to be complementary to your eyebrows. So if you want to use your contour, your cream contour, to fill in your eyebrows, you likely will be able to with the contour I match you to. And if you want to do that, just get the line brush. It's a flat angle brush, and then it has a spoolie. And then I personally prefer the Benefit brow products. It's still a cream. It's the same as I could probably just use that, but I just have always liked their products. But if you are someone who wants to fill in your brows, you can probably do it with the contour shade I match you to, which is really cool. And then once you try the makeup, you will be, I hate to say this, but it will be a new addiction for you. Like, you'll be like, holy crap. You will start looking in the mirror, and you will do a double take. You'll be like, holy crap. Like, okay, who's that girl? You'll be like, wow. And people will start complimenting you, and they'll be like, wow, your skin looks really good. And I'm telling you, all the time. I think mostly because the finish is really beautiful. It's not super cakey and like that dry, like powdery look. Do you know what I mean? It's still really pretty and glowy and youthful and just gorgeous. So I really hope that you find the confidence to try it. And then what's cool also is that when you take your makeup off at the end of the day, you kind of still feel really pretty, because this makeup is hydrating. It doesn't have any alcohols in it like liquid foundations. And so when you take your makeup off at the end of the day, it feels like your skin has been hydrating all day long, which it has. And your skin will feel so good, and it will look so glowy. And so you'll love it even when you take off your makeup. And then it's cool also that when you take off your makeup, you have the confidence to know that the next day you can just duplicate it. Remember, I was talking about being a makeup artist and people can't ever duplicate their look, and they're like, gosh, I wish I could just look like that every day. And now you can, which I think is really cool. So that's why I love this makeup. So just comment match, like on any of my posts, but comment match, and I'll send you my color match form. All you have to do is upload a selfie, and it asks for, I think, your name, phone number, and email address, so I can send your color match back. There's also a box on my color match form that I added recently. It says, if you want to be matched for a summer shade, click this box. During the summertime, well, all year round, we, change shades or whatever. But if you're in the sun 1 or 2 days, you put on your makeup, you might see that it's like, oh, I might need to shade up. So most people have 2 to 3 different shades in their palette at any given time. And each shade is only $16. So you don't have to worry about, like, it's not super expensive, like a $44 bottle of foundation. You have to buy 2 of them. Like, it's not like that. And this makeup blends, like, it melts together so nicely. So it's not like liquid where if you, like, put one color here and one color here and then it's weird. You can put all different kinds of colors all over your face and it'll blend flawlessly. It's so cool. My 10-year-old son did my makeup one time. Like, he applied it with all the different colors. And then we were going to do after and blend it, and it looked like a dumpster fire. It looked like trash. And then I blended it, and it was perfect. Like, obviously he didn't get it perfect, but it was like, I was ready to walk out of the house. Like, it was fine. Like, it was done. And so it just goes to show you that, like, if you have a general idea of where the colors go and then you blend them, it's fine because of the finish. So it's really nice. It's really good makeup. So I hope that you trust me to try it, because I just feel like the empowerment that I have felt after, I don't know if you guys saw my post where I posted the before, like how my makeup used to look before and how it looks now. Holy crap, like it was a mask. Like I was using makeup as a mask, and I wanted to hide behind it. And now I just like to kind of enhance the glow. And also, even though I used this glow illuminator under, like I used it under my whole face, you can even pop a little bit more on top and it'll just kind of enhance it that much more, just in those like the high points or whatever. So this makeup is really customized to you, however you want to use it, and I don't know, just whatever works for you. And I hope that it helps you to kind of explore more with makeup. And nobody needs makeup to feel beautiful. Like I want to make that clear, but it's fun and it kind of helps you to enhance some features that you really love and maybe camouflage some things that you're not crazy about. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. And if it helps you hold your head a little bit higher, then I think you should do it. And I love the artistic side of it and the creative side of it. And I love how my skin looks and feels, and it's not super heavy and wet and weird and gross or dry. It's just really nice. So I hope you like it. Anyways, okay, comment match, get a color match. I will help you build a palette of your own, and let me know what questions you guys have. And don't forget to comment the word Lashify, or no, lashes or Lashify. I think it's lashes. Is it lashes or Lashify? Hold on. Let me make sure before I hang up. I think it's lashes. I think you comment the word lashes. Oh, let me send you my shopping link. So that way you don't have to remember my artist ID. Unless you want it, I can still give it to you. Is it Lashify? I thought it was lashes. It's lashes. Type the word lashes. Lashify was the one. I'm gonna go back and make sure I don't miss anyone's. Okay, it's lashes. Sorry. Okay, so if you commented Lashify, I will go back and make sure that you get the correct link. I'm sorry. Yeah, so comment lashes. Hold on. I want to go back and make sure I didn't miss any, because it won't save the comment, so I want to make sure that I go back and do it. I'm sorry. I messed it up, y'all. Don't want to miss it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Comment lashes. And many people commented Lashify because I'm dumb. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me get to the top before I hang up so I don't lose my comments. I'm telling you guys, I'm the absolute worst. Like when it comes to customer service, I cannot stand, I don't like, you know how when you call, like, for instance, Verizon, and then they're like, oh, let me help you with that. And then you tell them all the things. And then they're like, oh, no, I can't help you with that. And they pass you off to someone else. And before they even, like, when you get on the phone with someone else, they're like, hi, this is my name. How can I help you? And you're like, did they tell you what was wrong? No, how can I help you? And then you have to restart over. And they're like, oh, yeah, I can't help you. I need to escalate this. And then you have to, it's like, can you just stay on the phone and help me to kind of, get this figured out? So that's where I'm at. Okay. Yay. I did it. Okay, so I went back through. Pretty sure I got something on Lashify. Yay! Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Okay, I love you. Have a great day, and happy hump day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.